What's up, Digital Tour Bus? We're the Unlikely Candidates, and we're going to tell you some road stories. First story is about Rockboat. Rockboat is a large festival that's held on a giant cruise liner. We all had a really good time. Well, kind of. I got sick the first day coming down, and I lost my voice, so I had to cancel our second show. You have to play 5 shows, and I lost my voice on the first show. I went to the sick bay and got some steroids, and basically just had to sit in the room and drink tea as everybody else was like popping bottles of champagne and getting drunk from like dawn till dusk. Opened my door with like my cup of tea and robe, and I'd see like Brent coming down the hallway like, "What's up, man?" Like, yeah. And so it was mostly terrible for me, but we did get to hang out with monkeys.
Yeah,
That was cool.
and while he was having a terrible time, I was wandering around, talking to a bunch of people, and I wandered upon a flip cup tournament, and they happened to need 2 people, and I think I was with the keyboard player for the brevet, and we joined this tournament and ended up going all the way to the finals, and we got 2nd place.
So close.
So close, but yeah, epic story for sure. He's got the craziest story
I
of it all.
got engaged on the rock boat. Right after a long day of monkeys and macaws.
Show us the ring.
I hung out with my fiance and we got fucking plastered. Or I did. I got fucking plastered all day, and then
Those
we went to
free
the
bottles of champagne will
casino.
get you, man.
Casino a lot of drinking, spent a lot of money.
Nice.
Yeah.
The basketball court was badass.
Yeah.
Rock boats, party.
One thing that did happen on the cruise was during our like I think 3rd show, we found out that we were like in the top 10 or something, and our booking agent brought champagne on stage, and they told me earlier no drinks on stage.
I think it was just for us, but
Yeah, and I decided when I saw the bottle of champagne, I just instantly grabbed it and started spraying, and it got all over the stage and the equipment.
you gotta
And,
share the wealth, you know?
The
You're just trying to
people,
share.
the people were
Crowd.
freaking out that were running the
My
stage.
monitors!
And by the time I realized what I was doing, it was too late, and there was champagne everywhere. So that
It
was
was-
kind of fun.
I got handed a 1987 Def Leppard tour
Oh, yeah.
tour T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That was
That
badass.
was cool.
Yeah.
Good time on the rock boat.
Rockboat, we had a great time.
One time, this was 4 years ago, 3 years ago. We were in the Colorado area. Found out Tame Impala was playing at Red Rocks, and decided to sneak in. After about 30 or 45 minutes of running around with security, we finally got held up.
We were
And
almost to the stage too. We
Yeah,
almost
that's
got,
true,
we
yeah.
almost got to the.
They
like,
finally stopped us. And what was the card Jared pulled? I don't know.
He said, like-
we're somebody's man. Like,
Yeah,
we know someone's manager.
We know
and I
Tame
was like,
Impala's like sound guy. We're supposed to be on the list or
Yeah.
some bullshit. And they called him, and he did not know who we were.
But long story short,
Worked out, though.
we're, I guess, a real band in Denver, so they knew who we were. We brought up our name.
Where'd the story go?
I don't know.
No, dude. Like we went there, and they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" Because they just saw us walk up this big ass hill that we weren't supposed to be on.
Yeah, yeah.
With like dudes all in black, and we're like, "Yeah, we're playing tonight."
Oh my God.
Like pretty much like acting like that, you know.
We used to do this all
and
the
then,
time.
And then like they were like, "Where are you supposed to be?" Blah blah blah. And then Jared mentioned a name from like the radio station. And then the guy was like, "Hey, can you hit up blah 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 and like see if they're supposed to be here?" And then the girl was like, "Oh yeah, sure, just give them pit passes or something." And then that's how we got in.
Okay.
We've done that at a numerous amount of shows where we use old tour passes to sneak into shows.
Just
I
walk
remember
in the
one
back
time,
door.
Just wave the pass. Don't let them read it and keep walking.
Just
Fun
look
tip.
cool with your leather jacket and be confident.
Go try
And,
it.
I thought you're supposed to be there, and they don't really
We-
question you.
We did it at a Lumineers Cold War Kids
In
show
Minneapolis.
in Minneapolis.
Kings of
and
Leon.
in
Philly.
Philadelphia.
I was just stoked that we got in, and then I saw you guys like somehow managed to get
We were on the
side
floor.
stage.
We were on side stage.
Yeah,
And I was just like, I was in the crowd, like real sketched out by myself.
We were
and
walking around like
they were,
looking for
like,
the green room
on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got into Kings of Leon. We somehow managed to get all the way into the pit.
The most intense one I think was, God, what was that Atlanta festival?
Oh, Shaky Knees.
Shaky Knees.
Yeah.
When it was pouring rain and we had the RV and we're like, yeah, we're vendors.
I
We're
was
on
on-
the park.
I was on crutches, so
Yeah.
I got everyone to feel sorry for me and not like overly check any of our credentials because like when you see somebody struggling and their friends are helping them
In
and
the
they
rain.
look like they're in a band, like people pretty much just err on the side of caution and decide not to.
Yeah.
But we got in.
We saw
Too much.
Kesha play that day, got all his free food.
Side stage for Kesha.
We
Yeah.
drank whiskey with Nathaniel Ratliff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
It was
in the artist lounge.
He was like in the artist lounge. He was like, "Oh yeah, just a whiskey," and they poured him like a little shot, and he was like, "Keep going." No, just take that top off that bottle. Keep going. I was like, "That's awesome."
Legend.
Yeah.
I walked in on him taking a poop one time as well.
True. I remember that story. We can talk about what happened on the last day of touring for COVID.
Yes.
We were in Wyoming and we were supposed to play this like computer school that had a venue somehow that was owned by a doctor, and the doctors were like, "We're shutting it down because COVID." So we moved it to a dude ranch that they'd never had
Is
a
it in
rock
Wyoming?
band. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Our first time playing Wyoming.
And it was at a dude ranch, and there was a blizzard.
40 years of country music had played there.
They
Never
never-
any alt or rock bands or like indie bands.
And technically, the first band to play was our boys
Castlecomers.
in Castlecomers.
Australians.
So, an Australian rock band was the first band to play at a dude ranch in Wyoming. That was specifically for country music. But it was
It was a blizzard.
it was a weird day. There was a blizzard, and we couldn't get out. So like we're finding out that the world is ending, and we have to go home. And we stay in like a little cabin that they have on there, and we're all inside like covered with like from wet snow, and we're sitting in there and talking about like having to cancel all these shows that we were like really counting on for money and stuff. And it just basically felt like we were in the movie Hateful Eight,
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
trapped in a cabin.
3 days prior to this, we had a song go number 1 on the alt radio charts too. So it was a very bad time.
It was very
surreal.
high and then low.
It's very surreal.
High low, definitely high low. high low.
Going from that, and then
Plug.
yeah, so that was an interesting thing that we did.
But
So
yeah,
it's just sad.
that's our tour stories, guys.
Thank you, Digital Tour Bus. We appreciate you having us. We're the Unlikely Candidates, and we'll see you guys later.